Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make really stylish U-shaped wrap trouser. It is really easy to make and I got a lot of compliments for making this trouser when I wear mine, and I made on request this trouser for many people, and I decided that if you want me to make this trouser, so I can make this trouser for you, and you can contact me via email for more detail. So this trouser I'm making, I use chiffon fabric and premium quality viscose fabric for the lining, and is non-iron fabric, is really beautifully flowy fabric. So I'm going to use bias binding you can get from any haberdashery shop, and we need measuring tape, a pen and pencil, pair of scissors obviously. So let's get started. I have done one previous video for such type of trouser, and I have added more detail in that video. In this video I'm just going to show you how I cut this U-shaped trouser in more detail, and how I added bias binding. So I will add the link below so you can go and have a look how I cut, how you take the measurement and how you start cutting. So in this trouser, according to now I'm just according to my full length, I am marking full length, and then after marking the full length I will give a shape and I will start cutting. I will start cutting first from the crotch area. It look like a U shape. After giving the shape on the side of the trouser, I'm cutting the sides of the trouser. So this trouser basically has one closed end where I cut crotch area, and open end where I'm cutting the U shape. So U shape area will be basically wrap around your legs. And this is how our trouser will look like. So this is one part. Basically it is I'm using it for the lining. Now pinning it up. After pinning all that fabric, so we can use as a template, I will put it on the printed fabric and cut exactly the same as I cut white one. So when I will open it and pin them together, so we can easily sew them under the sewing machine. So I will stitch from this U side, but before stitching we will match these pieces together. So white piece I'm using as a lining, and printed fabric will be coming in the front. So I'm matching both fabric together, pin them up, and I'm basically using my needle and thread to fix them together, because it will be easy for me to stitch together and the fabric will stay intact, because this is a very flowy fabric, so it is better to keep them in place properly. So that's why I'm using my needle and thread to fix it all over, and then I will join these both pieces, crotch area, these U shapes. As you can see, I pin them together, take it under my I'm using overlocker. If using sewing machine, that's absolutely fine. You can stitch that the way as well, and you can use zigzag stitch. So I have stitched these pieces together, and now this is how our trouser looks like. The printed side on the front and white at the back. And after stitching this U shape, and I'm going to add bias binding. So before attaching the belt on the top, I will add bias binding. So bias binding basically is a folded ribbon. One side is smaller and one is a little bit bigger. So smaller side, I will start stitching from inside of the trousers. Inside is a white lining, so I'm stitching from inside, and after that I will be folding it outside. So wider area will come on the printed side of the trouser. That will give really nice lining all around, and if we don't need any extra hemming as well. So after attaching bias binding, next step, I will do ironing all around. So keep ironing your trouser, so it will give you quite nice and smooth sewing. Now I'm cutting the belt. For the belt I'm cutting 5 inches wide strip, and for the front and back, for the front I'm cutting a strip according to the trouser waist measurement, and I will keep 1 inches bigger pieces from either side, because 1 inches will be overlapping, because I'm going to add buttons or snap on tape for the front part, and the back part will be longer belt because that will be wrapping around your back. So front part first of all I'm stitching, and then I will attach using my overlocker. You can use your sewing machine. I'm preparing the belt for the front side, and 1 inches on either side of the belt I left. This is, I stitch them first and turn them inside out. Now I'm attaching the belt with my trouser. So both correct side facing each other, and I'm stitching from this side. As you can see, after stitching, the wrong side will be toward the wrong side of the trouser. So this is our front side ready, and the spare or 1 inches I left on both sides, I will be adding snap-on tape. After preparing front side belt, now I'm preparing the back side belt, and back side belt will be the I will be preparing the same way as I did in the front part. So extra basically part of the belt you can stitch before attaching the trouser. So you can keep the belt as long as you want, because this will be the wrapping around your waist, and how big knot you want to make, this is totally up to you. So now I'm attaching the back side of the trouser. So you better mark it before, mark the center and mark where belt is ending on your trouser. So just like I'm stitching, you use your sewing machine and stitch your belt with the trouser. As you can see, the both side of the trouser has long spare belt to wrap around the back. So this is front and this is back. And now I'm adding snap-on tape. So you can cut 2 or 3 pieces of buttons, or just use a simple snap-on buttons if you want to, but I find it easy to use a snap-on tape. So on one side you use one part of the snap-on tape, and then because it's wrapping around your bag, so make sure the one side of the tape on the opposite side of the trouser, so both can snap on each other. After adding snap-on tape, so our trouser is ready. So this is how it looks like. Front part has snap-on tape and bias binding all around, and back part of the trouser has a longer belt because it has to wrap around. Before you wear it, iron your trouser, iron your belt properly, so you can have a nice and neat stitching all around. And now how to wear this trouser. This is the front part. Snap it on the buttons or snap on tape I added at the back, and then pick up the back part of your trouser from the belt or any way you like. So now this is your back. Bring the belt in the front. This is back and this is front. Now tie it in the front and make a lovely knot. So your trouser is ready. So it look very stylish with a small top, and you can wear casually or going out, or you can use to make any color, and your trouser is ready. If you want me to make this trouser for you, just contact me via email and I will get back to you. Hope you enjoy this video. Thank you very much for watching. Any question, feel free to ask, and see you all in my next video. Bye.